Today I'll be talking about kayaking and how you should use it as one of your modes of exercise. From a personal point of view, I really enjoy kayaking. I don't see it as an exercise, I just see it as a fun activity. The first thing we're going to talk about today is a description of a kayak, and this is a low-to-the-water canoe-like boat in which the paddler sits facing forward, legs in front of them, using a double-bladed paddle to pull front to back on one side and then on the other in order to create that rotation that pushes you forward. Below are some pictures of different kayakers, and you can have a double person kayak or just a single person. It doesn't really matter what you want to do, you can do both. Also, I have provided a link to a YouTube video which shows a demographic on how to get into a kayak and how to properly maneuver one so that a beginner can see this before they start. Some pros with having a kayak. You can go on many different adventures on the water, anywhere. It's really easy to. You gain muscle. This is from the paddling forward and pushing through the water. It's a great way to get in physical activity outdoors. There's little room to store unhealthy snacks, so it limits the amount of junk food you can take on your trip. The compartments on a kayak, from personal experience, are very small to hold your belongings to keep them dry, so you can't really pack too much. It gives you great one-on-one time with your significant other or friends, and it's amazing aerobic exercise, and it also can help increase your balance from when you're trying to get in and out so you don't fall in the water. Some cons of having a kayak is very heavy, especially if you aren't strong enough to carry 55 or more pounds over your head a few times, depending on the area you're in, because if you're going upstream and downstream trying to find the perfect place to get in, it could get heavy. If you're just on a boat dock and you're getting in that way, it's not that hard. Overall, kayaks are expensive. If you go with your friends and you want to rent one, it could be costly for every hour, depending on how long you stay out there and how often you go. Sometimes it'd just be cheaper to buy one. Kayaks also flip easy, especially if your balance is not good and you don't know how to properly work one. Some barriers that affect people from not going kayaking are fear of drowning, physical disabilities, mental disabilities, fear of getting hurt or injured, or some may be nervous to start. Potential hazards and safety concerns: sun exposure, dehydration, lightning and severe weather, undercut rocks, weirs and dams, ships and other boats, inexperience, and drowning. Cost of equipment. A fiberglass model costs about $150 on average. Lightweight carbon paddles cost about $275 to $500 for a set. You can also look at different websites, but overall the prices stay within the price range of $150. For paddles, you can also find cheaper ones at Walmart for $49.99 for just one, but if you get a set, it's a lot cheaper than $500, but they might not be as good. I'm not too sure how the Walmart ones are. The manufacturer's claims and the science to support. Most of the plastic kayaks today are made of a roto-molded polyethylene. This is a tough, flexible, and relatively soft plastic. In this process, the resin pellets are crushed into powder, and the appropriate amount is poured into an aluminum 2-part mold that is then closed and basically tossed around in an oven. This causes the powder to melt and coat the inside surface of the mold. The tossing and heating methods can be done in several different ways. Within some minutes, a rubbery hot kayak is made from a mold and is supported while it cools and shrinks. The last thing I'm going to say today is that life is short and you should paddle hard. I believe that everyone, at least once in their life, should try to go kayaking because ultimately you really don't look at it as an exercise. You look at it more for like a leisure activity. So I believe that everyone should try kayaking one time in their life, and who knows, You may end up actually liking it and want to do it way more.